Who you made love with?
Diddy, Bow Wow, Busta Rhymes.
You just told me you seen Busta in the
Orlando Brown is making headlines again with a shocking video that's got the entertainment world talking. In the clip, the former Disney star names some of the biggest names in the industry, including Diddy, Busta Rhymes, Usher, and more. But it's what he's saying about Diddy that's really leaving people speechless. In another interview, Orlando doubles down on his claims about Diddy, going into explicit details about their supposed encounter. Speaking with Cam Capone News, Orlando talks about Diddy's actions, using crude language and referring to it with phrases like wet sticky sounds and usk smash. His comments are sparking a major reaction and leaving people wondering what's really going on. Orlando doesn't stop there, though. He goes on to claim that other big names like Usher, Busta Rhymes, and even Will Smith have had intimate encounters with Diddy. He even says that Diddy has a habit of watching others engage in certain acts while doing his own thing. To make things even crazier, there are rumors about a leaked video that supposedly shows Diddy and Will Smith in a compromising situation. Orlando is insisting that the video is real and will soon be made public. The buzz around this video is only growing, and it's starting to feel like this story is far from over. Will Smith is clearly trying to distance himself from Diddy after all the wild rumors started flying around. At a recent concert in San Diego, Will decided to take matters into his own hands and address everything head-on. He was clearly frustrated, passionately denying all the claims and setting the record straight in front of his fans. He said, "I just want to make this clear. I don't have nothing to do with Puffy, so stop all that. I ain't been nowhere near no damn freak-off. I do enough of my own stuff. Don't be putting me in other people's mess. I ain't been near that man, and I ain't done none of that stupid stuff. So, if you hear it, it's a damn lie. I don't even like baby oil." Will's response shows how much these rumors have been bugging him. It's not often he addresses internet gossip like this, but the constant chatter and viral memes made it hard for him to stay quiet. Orlando Brown's accusations continue to stir up Hollywood. Now Busta Rhymes has been dragged into the mess. Big Homie CC, an outspoken figure known for exposing Hollywood secrets, has claimed that there are whispers in the industry about Busta Rhymes preferring men. He also said that at Busta's concerts, producers allegedly have young boys on standby. These claims are adding more fuel to the fire, revealing a dark side to Hollywood and the music industry. These accusations bring up a bigger conversation about the abuse and manipulation that's supposedly happening behind closed doors, with some of the most powerful people in entertainment allegedly trying to cover it up. Big Homie CC didn't hold back either, calling out Busta directly in an interview. The whole situation is getting messier by the day, and it looks like it's far from over.
Orlando's brilliant. Imagine what it's been like to wear this character for this long.
Another wild story about Busta Rhymes has come out, adding even more drama to the growing controversy. According to this account, Busta allegedly picked out a gay man from a group at a club and pulled him into his VIP section. The story goes that a group, including Don Benjamin, was at the club when they ran into Busta. One of the guys in their group, a gay lawyer, got Busta's attention. Busta apparently wanted him in his section so badly that he pulled him through the ropes and tucked him away in a corner. The person telling the story thought it was odd that the guy wasn't originally with their group, but ended up sticking with Busta's crew. This just adds to the rumors about Busta's behavior and the mystery surrounding it. But wait, there's more. Diddy is now tied to another shocking claim made by a man named Jonathan AI, who was arrested in 2018 for a shooting at Trump's National Doral Golf Course in Miami. During his interrogation, AI accused Diddy of using him like a slave and claimed that a so-called gay mafia in Hollywood was pressuring him into criminal activity. AI made some serious allegations, even saying that Diddy and Rick Ross were involved in shady dealings, and that Diddy was telling him what to do in his personal life, including his encounters with Diddy's ex-girlfriend, Cassie. These claims are creating a pretty dark picture of the entertainment industry. They're shining a light on power struggles, manipulation, and the things that go on behind closed doors. While some people might be skeptical, the fact that these stories keep coming up is making people wonder what's really going on behind the scenes. These claims are causing a lot of drama. Some people think they're just exaggerated, but others believe they've uncovered a dark side of Hollywood that's been rumored for years. Meek Mill is now caught up in the mess, with rumors about a secret relationship between him and Diddy. These rumors date back to the early 2000s when Diddy and Meek first started hanging out. Some even claim Diddy took Meek shopping when they first connected, which just adds fuel to the fire. Things got even more intense when Meek's name popped up in a lawsuit from Rodney "Little Rod" Jones, a music producer who worked with Diddy on his recent album Love. Jones claims he lived with Diddy for a year and witnessed not just wild parties, but also illegal activities. He also accused other celebrities, including Cuba Gooding Jr., of assaulting someone during a yacht cruise Diddy hosted in 2022. With all these shocking accusations, Meek Mill's name has been thrown into the mix, but he's not staying quiet. He's been actively addressing the rumors and the lawsuit on X, formerly Twitter. In September, Meek posted a tweet reflecting on his journey, saying, "From the streets of Philly to becoming a..." It's clear that Meek is trying to stand his ground and push back against the constant rumors, but the drama continues to grow. Meek Mill's been on a mission, leveling up from millionaire to activist, pushing for change and bridging the gap between billionaires and rap culture. But along the way, he's made some enemies, and now people are hating on him behind the scenes. Recently, Meek addressed rumors about his sexuality with a straightforward tweet, saying, "I have the right to say I ain't gay and I'll trash anybody that play with my manhood, lol." He's not having it and is putting his foot down, but Meek's not just tweeting, he's taking action. He offered a $100,000 award for an investigative team to find out how his name got tied to Diddy's lawsuit. He posted, "I want to hire an investigative team, $100K cash, to find out every specific detail involving Meek Mill's name in Diddy's case." Meek wants to know who's behind the media campaigns linking him to Diddy's legal drama. He also followed up by saying, "The streets know what's up with me. That's not the case we talking about. It's the business side, somebody powering these bad campaigns against Meek Mill." Meek is clearly serious about clearing his name, and he's ready to get to the bottom of it. With this lawsuit still unfolding, questions are growing about who's driving these accusations and what it could mean for both Hollywood and the music industry. Even Gene Deal, a former bodyguard of Diddy, has added more fuel to the fire, making the situation even messier. It's clear Meek Mill isn't backing down anytime soon. There's been a lot of talk lately about Meek Mill and Diddy, with some sources in Philadelphia claiming that Meek might have gotten close to Diddy to help his career. Gene Deal, a former bodyguard for Diddy, suggested that this could be part of a bigger pattern in Hollywood, where intimate favors are sometimes used to move ahead in the industry. Deal even compared this to other notorious figures like Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, and R. Kelly, implying that Diddy may have used similar methods with artists like Usher and Meek Mill. In a recent interview, Deal shared that old paperwork from a past investigation had redacted the names of several people, including Meek Mill and Usher. The documents only referred to them as a Philly rapper and a performer of the Super Bowl, which fueled the speculation that Meek and Diddy's relationship may have been more than just business. People have been talking for years about how close they were, and now those rumors are only growing. The situation got even more intense when reports surfaced that tapes of Diddy's alleged intimate encounters were being passed around online and handed over to the FBI. Courtney Burgess, who was close to Diddy and his late ex-wife Kim Porter, recently testified before a grand jury. He revealed that Kim had given him a collection of tapes, which she called Freak Off tapes, along with a memoir. These tapes allegedly feature 8 celebrities, 6 men and 2 women, some of whom might have been underage at the time. This revelation just adds more drama and suspicion to an already tangled investigation. The new claims about Diddy are getting more shocking, and it's not just him. Other big names in the industry are being dragged into it too. Courtney Burgess, who is close to Diddy and his late ex-wife Kim Porter, recently spoke in front of a grand jury. He handed over some tapes, called Freak Off recordings, along with a memoir that Kim Porter had written. This memoir reportedly describes some disturbing moments at Diddy's parties. including strange behavior and unsettling situations. One of the most shocking stories involves Kim Porter walking into a house party and seeing a group of adults gathered around minors who were dressed up as Japanese Barbies. While Kim didn't see anything inappropriate herself, it was obvious to her that these were underage people, and the situation felt very wrong. The party reportedly went on all night with bizarre things happening until the morning. These new allegations are troubling, and if they turn out to be true, they could have serious consequences for everyone involved, including Diddy. There's also talk about some of the people in the tapes possibly being drunk or even victims of what was going on. As the investigation moves forward, these claims could change everything we thought we knew about the entertainment world. The whole situation is a big wake-up call, and it looks like more details are still coming to light. A new tape has surfaced, and it's causing a lot of buzz. This tape reportedly shows a worker sharing details about his experiences at some of Diddy's parties. While the video claims the encounters were consensual, it fits with a larger pattern of concerning stories about Diddy's personal life. In the footage, the male worker, a woman connected to Diddy, and Diddy himself are involved in an intimate situation, with Diddy watching. Even more troubling, the worker reportedly traveled across the country to meet Diddy for these encounters, flying to places like Miami, New York, and Los Angeles. Prosecutors are now investigating whether the situation might be linked to human trafficking. If people are being flown across state lines for these types of encounters, especially if money is involved, it could fall under federal trafficking laws. The worker allegedly gave the tape to federal prosecutors, despite initially not wanting to testify. Now, the U.S. Attorney's Office is digging into whether any illegal activity, like trafficking, was involved. This adds to the growing list of accusations against Diddy, which includes claims of moving people for sexual purposes and throwing questionable parties. While many of these stories are still under investigation and haven't been proven, the number of testimonies and evidence piling up is making a lot of noise. On top of that, Jay-Z has now been pulled into a lawsuit that also involves Diddy, making things even more intense and bringing even more attention to the situation. New and shocking claims are coming out about some of the biggest names in the industry. Diddy is now facing serious accusations, and the allegations have spread to include Jay-Z. It's claimed that Jay-Z was involved in an incident with a 13-year-old girl at an after-party following the 2000 MTV Video Music Awards in New York City. This is raising major questions about Jay-Z's role and what happened that night. While he might try to brush it off, there's a real chance that more victims could come forward, much like the #MeToo movement, possibly making this case even bigger. What's making it even more serious is the involvement of Tony Busby, a lawyer who's representing several victims. Some reports suggest there could be between 100 and 300 victims tied to these lawsuits. If that's true, we might be looking at a much bigger issue involving abuse in the entertainment industry. As the case moves forward, more famous names could get dragged into this mess, and Jay-Z could just be the first of many. With every new piece of information, the situation is getting more complicated, and people are wondering what else might come to light. The legal documents paint a very serious picture of the allegations against Diddy and Jay-Z, including one claim that they were involved in an assault with a 13-year-old girl at the after-party. The lawsuit also says that other well-known people were there and saw what happened, but they didn't stop it. As this case keeps developing, it's clear that there's much more to uncover, and the public is left wondering what else could be hidden behind the scenes. The shocking claims in this lawsuit suggest a pattern of silence and complicity that allowed Diddy to allegedly get away with his actions for years. The lawsuit paints the picture that Diddy believed his power and influence made him untouchable, like he was above the law. Jay-Z, being close to Diddy, is now being accused of being involved in similar incidents. If these allegations are true, it could lead to more legal trouble for him and more victims coming forward. The consequences of this lawsuit are huge. If the claims are verified, it could lead to a wave of other victims stepping up, making the accusations even harder to ignore. The legal process is moving fast, and we can expect more details to emerge soon. As this unfolds, it could completely change how people view both Jay-Z and Diddy. These accusations are serious enough that they could damage their reputations and careers forever, especially as the entertainment world deals with the heavy moral and legal questions this case brings up. On top of the assault accusations, the lawsuit sheds light on the deep personal connection between Diddy and Jay-Z, which goes all the way back to the late 1990s. They weren't just business partners, they were close friends. In fact, their bond was so tight that in 2023, Diddy reportedly said Jay-Z was the only person, besides Diddy's mother, who could call him by his legal first name. This personal relationship only adds more complexity to the situation and raises more questions about the nature of their connection. What makes these situations even more alarming is the involvement of minors. The idea that children or young adults are being exploited in this way is truly chilling. To think that a young person, someone at the start of their career and life, could be coerced or forced into such situations is heart-wrenching. These are not just victims of bad decisions or unfortunate circumstances. These are people whose lives have been shaped by powerful figures who took advantage of their position. What makes this even worse is that in some cases, the people who were supposed to protect them, whether they be agents, producers, or other industry figures, allowed it to happen. Even worse, they may have actively turned a blind eye or, in some cases, enabled the abuse. The cases involving minors raise serious legal questions. The potential for criminal activity, such as trafficking, becomes a real concern when minors are involved. These allegations of abuse, coercion, and manipulation can lead to very serious legal consequences for those involved. When young people are being transported across state lines or subjected to repeated abuse, there are very clear legal standards that should have been followed, but these standards were often ignored. The idea that minors were involved in these incidents, many of them under the false pretense of receiving career opportunities or fame, opens up an even more dangerous and disturbing layer to these allegations, but even beyond the legal implications. What this case really highlights is the toxic culture within the entertainment industry. For too long, powerful individuals have been able to operate with impunity, believing they could do whatever they wanted without facing real consequences. The culture of silence and complicity that surrounds these issues has allowed the abuse to continue, unchecked, for years. It's easy for the public to think of the entertainment industry as a glamorous, exciting place. But behind the scenes, far too often, the reality is one of exploitation and control. What's even more unsettling is the way those in power have consistently silenced those who try to speak out. Victims who find the courage to come forward often face backlash, public shame, and threats designed to silence them. It's not just the abusers who are complicit in these situations, but also the systems, networks, and individuals that protect them. This has created a closed loop of abuse that has been difficult to break, leaving many victims without a voice. The people who should have been stepping up to protect these individuals, whether it be managers, agents, or other industry professionals, instead turned a blind eye or were complicit in the abuse. What's clear is that, for far too long, the entertainment industry has operated on a foundation of power, manipulation, and fear. And the victims, who are often left without a platform, have suffered in silence, unable to make their voices heard. But the time for silence is ending. With these allegations now out in the open, we're starting to see a shift. There's growing awareness of the issues at play, and victims are beginning to find their voices. If these allegations are proven true, they will mark a major turning point for the entertainment industry. The consequences for those involved could be monumental, not just on a personal level, but for the industry as a whole. What's been allowed to happen for so long can no longer be swept under the rug. The industry must be held accountable. And it's time for the people who have been hiding behind their power and influence to finally face the music. If federal charges are filed, it could uncover a huge web of abuse not just in the entertainment world, but also across Hollywood. The legal consequences could be huge, and the impact on these people's careers would be devastating. But the real issue here is the culture that has let this kind of behavior go on for so long. Powerful people have been able to operate without facing any real consequences. This case is a turning point. It could be the moment when everything changes for an industry that's been hiding behind secrecy for years, protected by its most powerful people. The pursuit of justice, no matter how long it takes, could finally start to shine a light on everything that's been hidden. This could lead to real change, making the entertainment world safer for everyone involved. As more details come to light, this case could shake the entire industry. The fallout won't just affect the people directly involved, it could change the entire structure of entertainment itself. If the truth comes out, it could change how we view the industry and expose the hidden darkness that has been allowed to grow for so long. We don't know yet how deep this goes, but one thing is clear: as more people speak up, the entertainment world could change forever, revealing the abuse and secrets that have been covered up for years.